The thing about it that makes it quite unique is it has this quality of helping cultivate an awareness of where our attention is. Our attention is such a valuable yet extremely fragile mental resource. We need it for every single thing that we do, whether it's learning new information or even having a conversation. And it ends up that this same resource that's so critical for everything we do is quite susceptible to things like stress or overwhelm or distractibility. So one main interest I have is understanding how it is in the brain that the brain keeps on track. How is it that it keeps in mind what's important and remains undistracted by other events? I mean, in the broadest sense, we might think of paying attention to somebody else as the most loving act one can engage in. If you're able to focus all of your mental resources in a very restricted way on somebody else, some other being, whether it's a child or a colleague or your partner, it's the foundation from which all good communication can come. It's the opportunity to help change sort of our contemporary or public understanding of the nature of the brain and the mind, and to move away from thinking of the mind as somehow an organ, the brain as somehow an organ quite different than the rest of the body. We know now that the body is something that needs constant exercising and tending to, and it needs to be fed in a way that is nourishing and nutritious. But we somehow don't have the same type of insight when it comes to the brain. So one of my real passions is to promote that understanding, to promote the understanding that the brain, like the rest of the body, can be trained, and it can be trained in very specific ways that allow us to better control what it does, but also be more receptive to what it is experiencing in the present moment. I think people will feel more able to engage in activities that are health promoting. Just as they can for their body, they will now for their mind and brain. My name is Amishi Jha, and I'm an associate professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Miami. To actually pay attention to something like inner fitness is something to really be commended and something that our world absolutely needs.